The METHOD Lab.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Method Lab, the METHOD Lab. We are here today, Wednesday, right?
Hump day.
Yeah, motherfucking hump day.
In this hole.
Shout out to everybody. Join us on the Messenger. We are live on Facebook. We are also live here at 1025mke.com.
Radio you can watch.
Radio you can watch. Call text 414-502-9447. We do have a special guest today.
That's right.
We'll introduce him here in a little bit.
That's right.
But first, how was your evening?
My evening was interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're able to do the show and left out of here and, got home and checking on shipments and stuff that I'm waiting on and had to make adjustments because ended up with the laptop being cracked, trying to figure that
Better
out.
OG.
So now I'm out looking for
new gear.
new
That's
gear.
always fun. I love
You think it's
searching for
fun?
new gear.
Oh,
I hate the expense. Don't get me wrong.
I do.
hate the
I hate the tag. I hate the tag. But it's when it arrives. That's the thing. When it arrives, it's the unpackaging for me, and
For
really
me-
just exploring what
For
it can
me
do.
is when it arrives, but when it clears.
Oh
And they
yeah,
say, all right, cool. You paid for it.
right.
I'm like, oh, shit, all right. Woo. I didn't know if that was going to happen, but all right. It's
Man.
here now.
Oh, thank
Put
God.
this motherfucker to work.
I thought it was gonna be some extra cents on those taxes.
Right?
Shit.
Shit, I've been trying to get him to use my Best Buy card.
Nah, I was
Triple check.
man.
Like, do I have any rollovers from 2017?
Dude, I swear to you, I take full advantage of Amazon Prime. I pay for it. I watch the shit a lot.
Yeah.
They have a lot of interesting things on there. So when I'm ordering shit, I'm like, is it got Prime? Can I get next day? If it's something that I really, really need, and these are stuff that I really, really need, and unfortunately they're not Prime.
Yeah.
I hate that.
That's the fucked up thing. It's like the one you really, really need, it's not Prime. It's like one of those third party things, but it's like, but it's 5 stars.
I read like 30 reviews.
30 reviews and it's 5 stars. Come on.
I've had Amazon Prime forever and I've never watched a movie on it.
Never?
Never?
Man, you can watch like 62 different versions of El Chapo.
God. Oh,
They got El
man.
Chapo in space. They got
Man, they got so much shit.
Hell yeah.
And it's all included in your Prime, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like, no lie, I have it and I've never used it. I only use it for the shipping part of it.
Dude, I watched Blackula on there, man. I was like, oh my God, they got Blackula. And I couldn't stop. I was like, yo, they got Blackula Lives and Blackula Comes to Cali or some shit. I was like, oh, I'm taking full advantage of this shit. I had to pay. I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Blackula shorted me on my 8th.
Where else, you know what I'm saying? Like, where else can you watch a fucking black vampire as smooth as this nigga was? That shit was excellent.
Damn, so there's somebody better than Eddie?
Shit, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I don't know. Eddie could be the next if he wanted to. He could have been. If he wanted to. It was dope.
That's
He
the
was a
one.
smooth
I
motherfucker.
don't know. I guess we'll go right into it. They released the trailer for the official trailer
Coming
for
to America
Coming to
too.
America. That
Yeah, well-
that deflated the bubble for me a little bit.
Did it?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't want them to give me the story.
No.
I'd rather go in and watch. When I saw
The first one.
When I saw the first one, I was good with that.
Okay.
Then I saw that they were doing another one. I was like, I have a feeling they're gonna tell too much.
Yeah.
And then I checked out a couple seconds of it. I saw them do the barbershop thing, and I was like, oh, okay. And then I saw them go into the story as far as when they were gonna find them. And I was like, nope, I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. And I cut it off. because I know they're gonna tell the fucking story, and I'm like, no, I just want to watch.
To cut it off.
I'm just gonna watch. I'm just gonna watch because
you saw the second trailer, and you just kind of ruined it.
It went a little bit too into the story. It gave you the vibe. You know how the first one had that certain like 80s bounce to it?
Yeah.
This one has its own bounce, but it's more modern, so it kind of threw me off. I don't know.
That's why I was like, nope, I don't want to see it.
Yeah.
They do that too much.
Yeah.
And that's when you have like people that are just so eager for this to pop.
It went from the Coming to America enthusiasm that we've had, and it turned into that Ghostbuster remake. Like I really want to be into it, but what if they fail me? Like I'm gonna be distraught. I don't want to hate this franchise.
I'd rather them, because I know they cut out like dialogue, funny shit.
Yeah.
Because you're obviously gonna see moments of Tracy Morgan and Leslie Jones and Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall all in a room together, and you know there's gonna be a lot of funny shit being said.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna show you that. They're just gonna show you the story within and just kind of lead you as to what this is all about. Right. And it didn't need that. It was like, we don't need that. The fact that he said he has a kid in America, that's it. We don't give a fuck. We just wanted a reason for the shit to come back. That's it. Yeah. We didn't need a story. We'll figure it out when we get there.
My main thing was on to know who the baby mama was.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
And you know what?
I didn't though. That's the problem.
You know, and that's the thing. I felt like they were going to reveal it.
Yeah.
So I was like, no. I don't
get it though. Why the urge to give such a key plot?
I think they're trying to, because a lot of people not like in today's generation, they don't know about it.
Yeah.
So I think that they're trying to grab their attention, whereas the OGs are like, you just kind of messed this up for us.
Yeah. I think that's true too, though.
Yeah.
They're trying to market it.
Try to cater to the newer generation.
They have to grow out on faith that just in case you don't know what this is, you can see this too.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And it refers to this. But I've been in this game too long. I'm a goddamn movie nerd. I know how these fucking studios do this shit. They do this shit all the fucking time. And I've learned to avoid some trailers. Some trailers are good. Like the trailer they had for the Denzel Washington movie, the Little Things. Okay. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Mysterious. Really don't know what the fuck is going on, but I want to see it.
Right.
So they left it at that.
Still don't know what the fuck is going on.
You know what I'm saying? But it's even that makes you want to see it more.
I think it's Peaches.
But then you got like films like they want it to be so good, and they cut so many trailers for it, like the build up and everything. They really want to just push it and shit like that. And some films you just don't need to.
Yeah.
Like Marvel would do that shit. DC does that shit a lot. They did that shit with all of their films.
Welcome.
They did announce that the Justice League the Snyder cut is rated R for violence and gore and language. So I am.
So we are going to see Cyborg get ripped in half.
If that comes out on a weekday, we might have to re-show another show because I'm gonna be watching the shit out that motherfucking movie.
Damn, when is that coming out?
It should be coming out in March, I believe. I think it comes out.
We should screen that
it's gonna be dope.
Right around the corner, right?
Yeah, we should screen that here.
We should
check it out.
Do something.
And review it.
We'll go to Battle Box. See what's up.
Dude, I've been watching that again lately. Battle Box.
Yeah.
I've been watching.
Oh yeah. Didn't they re-franchise it?
Season,
yeah, right.
I seen them been showing clips like on Facebook and other sites too.
Man, it's crazy. Some of them robots are intense.
Right.
Yeah.
I saw one that was like a whole wheel, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Fuck that! I want them to take. I want them to take that galloping fucking horse one that opens doors and shit, and put it up against some motherfucking machine. Let's turn this into a fucking Mortal Kombat and just.
I want the one that was hunched. It jumped the box. It jumped above the box. You knocked it down and it kipped up.
We got one in there that's a drone and it's got a flamethrower on it.
Really?
Oh shit!
Yeah, and I'm like, how does that even work? Like,
Right.
so they got a drone versus actual bot that's driving around. You know?
Oh shit, that's
So,
some twisted
yeah,
metal
it's a whole
shit.
bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's crazy.
Hell yeah.
It kind of sounds like our future in a little bit.
Right?
We're working on it.
Shit, that's crazy.
Wow.
All right, well, let's introduce Adrian.
Yes.
And that's so he can join us in our conversations.
Well, I mean, he's already in the conversation.
Yeah, I know
anyway.
that. We messaged last night. He's like, so what are we going to, I was like, well, we just introduce you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe
maybe
we
not.
get around
Maybe.
to it.
If we get around to it, we'll introduce you. We'll shoot the shit, ask you what's going on, and then that's it. He's
You
like,
know,
oh, okay.
But
That's pretty much how we do it here.
But as you can see, it's uncensored. It's unapologetic.
Yeah, we can say whatever the
You
fuck
say
we
whatever the
want.
fuck you want to say. And
Make sure
you are,
FM's off.
you are.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, FM is off.
All right.
Yeah, FM is off now, so
Yes, we can say whatever the
free
fuck
to
we
say
want.
fuck as much as possible. Even though that hasn't stopped us before.
No, yes.
We've had a few of them.
We've had a few slip by. We've had a few slip by, unfortunately, and we apologize. But,
We usually try to say earmuffs
yeah.
beforehand.
But welcome to the Method
To the
Lab.
Method Lab.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. This is a dope setup.
Thank you.
Walking
Thank you.
around and seeing different things. Like I had
that's
so
good.
many ideas just like by all the stuff you guys have. I'm like, man, no wonder they're here all the time. This is dope.
I'm telling you,
Live here.
We live here.
that's right there. That's the Jedi Master right here.
Oh, yeah.
He built the
It's
hub.
like, you want to go see the Barney bag?
Right.
Fucking came in here like, oh shit, what's in the Barney bag? So far, that's what come out. That's what's come out.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Little bit of
Yeah,
everything.
man.
One-stop shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're ambitious around here.
And thank you once again for supplying the Red Bull.
Hell yeah,
as well.
man.
Let's crack this shit. Well, I see
yeah.
you cracked yours open. I'm gonna crack mine.
Crush mine. That shit's gone.
Tell us, man.
Tell us, yeah.
What you got brewing? What's going
Yeah,
on?
what's going on with you?
Yeah, so for those of your viewers that don't know me, my name is Adrian. I am the executive director of a nonprofit organization called Fades for Grades, MKE.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll start there, right? Because there's a couple different things to dissect, but and I'll probably try to leave out as many F-bombs as I can just because I know a lot of our students are listening
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
okay.
Sorry, young people.
in. No, it's all
Our
good.
fucking fault.
We say a lot of fucking bad words. We apologize.
But so Fades for Grades MKE, if you guys have been following it at all,
Yeah, for sure.
I started it, a couple years ago, and it was just an idea. But it was an idea I had brewing since I was in 7th grade.
Okay.
What's up? Damn.
So when I was in 7th grade, I used to go to this barber shop on Mitchell Street, I think it was like 9th and Mitchell, right across from a Walgreens at that time.
Okay. Yeah.
And I used to walk there like 3-4 times a week, just sit there. One, because it was close to the school I went to. I went to St. Anthony Middle School, which we're going to have to talk about.
Shit. We did. I went to St. Anthony's.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that.
Yeah.
So I used to go there and just chill, right? And just kick it.
Yeah.
I didn't have money, so I would just do my homework there. And then finally, this Puerto Rican barber named Toñito, which I don't have contact with him anymore, but he was my barber for like 8 years.
Yeah.
He came up to me and he was like, Mira, papi. He like, what you doing here? Like, what's up? And I'm like, well, I'm just chilling, doing my homework. He was like, well, come get a haircut. I'm like, nah, I ain't got no money. You know, my mom's a single mom working two jobs to make ends meet. She ain't going to give me $20 for a haircut. So he was like, you know what? I'm going to make you a deal. He's like, how are your grades? I looked at him. I was like, shit.
Yeah. I forget what school I go to.
He was like, you know what? He's like, why don't you turn in some homework assignments, get a grade up, and then I'm going to give you a haircut for free.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, word? That was the first time that I actually tried in school.
Yeah.
Like, no lie. And, 7th grade, whatever. But so I came back in a couple weeks. I got my grades up a little bit, and he gave me a free haircut. And when I popped out of that chair, that was it. I knew what I was going to do for the rest of my life, like on some real shit. Like, I was like, if I can give this feeling of, that I had at that moment that I'll never forget, like to other kids and other people in all kinds of ways, like whatever it is that they want, Like, that's it right there. For
What
me,
grade were you in?
I was in 7th grade.
Seventh, okay.
And so, yeah, like, I remember from that moment, I was like, I want to give as many kids as I can this feeling for free. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not one of those like organizations that's like, you need to have all A's.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
If you got an F, just get it to a C. You know, like, get it to a D so you
Just
can see
show
progress.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I was about. And I think, like, we forget that our young kids, a lot of times, they don't have somebody in their life that tells them, like, that they love them or that I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And my mom was always working. I know she loves me, right?
Yeah.
But she was always working. So he was the first, like, male figure when I was, like, in 8th grade that he told me he was proud of me. That was the first time. Like, and could you imagine, like, a kid on the south side or the north side, like, they go through how many years of not, you know, feeling shit, not feeling like they matter.
Yeah.
And then when he told me that, like, I was like, first of all, that's kind of weird, motherfucker. Don't tell me you're proud of me. Second of all, this is a good ass feeling that I never had.
Yeah.
Right.
So I thought to myself, in 8th grade, I want to give this to others, and how can I do that? And like haircuts and stuff like that was always like a passion of mine.
Yeah.
So I was like, what
So
if
did you go down the line of barbering or?
so when I was in high school, I actually wanted to like go to school for business, right?
Okay.
And I wanted to like have my own barbershop.
Yeah.
You know how the education system is pretty fucked up, if we
Yeah.
can be honest.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
sat me down my senior year and they were like, we know you want to go to business school, but you should probably just look into a trade.
Yeah.
Telling me basically that I was too dumb to do business and that I should pick up a trade. And I lost hope. Like, for real. Like, I was like, I went to MATC for like 6 months, dropped out.
I went to MHC a couple of times.
They be getting us, man. They be getting us. But yeah. And
Pell Grant? Of course.
Why not?
don't know what that is, but I'll take it. But yeah, man. So like, it was always in my mind that I wanted to do that, but I felt like the people around me didn't believe in me.
Yeah.
Because maybe how I looked, because I had these tattoos since I was in high school.
Yeah.
I don't know, because I was just like, I felt like I was just a little different than everybody, you know, like that black sheep, which I'm sure like everybody says that. But for me, that just means that I wanted to help people all the time. And back then, even like that shit was weird.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't.
That's not the vibe that, you know.
Yeah,
goes
like
around
I wasn't like
social
the
group.
cool kid because I was always trying to help everybody, or I was always trying to like spread love. But I wasn't accepted into the nerdy group because I wasn't fucking smart. You know what I'm saying? Like I had to try really hard to get like a C. So I just didn't fit in. I felt. But then as I got older, I'm like, who are these people to define, you know, my life and what I want to do?
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? This happened, you know, like 2 years ago, almost 3. I was in education, right? Because I was in education for like 6 years, and I told my fiance at the time, I was like, hey, I want to start this program.
Yeah.
She was like, all right, like, you know, you're gonna do it, and I'm like, yeah. She was like, so how long are you gonna give yourself to build out a business plan, all that shit? I'm like, no, you're not hearing me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it right now. Like next month, I'm gonna launch it, and I'll figure everything out as I
we
go.
go.
Like. And I was like, what? In my head, I was like, I know everything. It's in here. But I don't know how to get it to paper. But somebody will help me with that. You know, I'm not worried about that. All the connections that I built in education, somebody will help me. And I remember I pitched it to our dean team at Carmen.
Yeah.
It was like a random ass PD. And I was like, hey, I need 5 minutes of y'all time, and I want to tell you what I want to do. And I put up this half-ass PowerPoint, right? Probably with a shitload of typos because, like I said, I didn't graduate school and shit. And I was just telling them, like, hey, this is what I want to do. And they were so supportive from day one.
Yeah.
And that's how I launched it. I launched it with 5 kids in my program, 1 barber. And, yeah, like I recorded progress of their grades, attendance, and then, like, behavior issues.
Yeah.
And then those were the 3 metrics that I was recording. And then every 2 weeks, my Excel sheet would spit out a number, like if they improved or if they didn't, what they need help in.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't like, oh shit, you didn't get in the green zone, so you don't get a haircut this week. No, it was like, bro, like let's chop it up. Like let's have lunch together. Let's talk. Let's see what's going on with you.
Figure it out.
And a lot of times it was because, you know, family shit at home or, you know, just drama, or maybe there was like a murder in their neighborhood. So, you know, they was like on some other shit, just trying to survive. So then, you know, that's like the moral, I guess, of this long story is like, I'm different in that aspect, even in the education world. Like I wasn't quick to tell kids like no or like suspend them and shit like that. It was more like what's up with you? Like, why did you get late to school? Like, are you hungry? You know, like shit like that. So that's all I was trying to do is like provide these kids, you know, with a outlet, you know, and but be able to like get these incentives for free. Because a lot of times, you know, where we live, where we're from, like we can't afford all this shit.
Like people say, people think that, you know, they glorify the lifestyle, but they don't realize the struggle behind it. Like, you know, these kids, like you said, some of them can't afford a haircut. They, you know, they come from poverty. Right. You know what I'm saying? And they out here trying to survive. Yeah. In a rough situation.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's what I did. And then, man, you know, if you guys were to ask me, you know, like, how did this come about to blow up or whatever, I don't take credit. Like, it's you guys. It's the community. Yeah. It's, you know, like I said, I started with 5 kids, 1 barbershop, 1 barber. Yeah. Now I have over 50 barbers, over 12 barbershops. And I have a couple barbershops in Oakland doing it. Oh, nice. That they launched a program over there. Yeah. I didn't charge them anything. I could have, but I didn't because that's not what I wanted to do it for. Yeah. And I have over, since the start of the program, we have given over 500 haircuts that I don't record, that I don't promote all the time because it's not about that. Yeah. I just know that the kid is walking out that barbershop feeling good and feeling like I earned this. Even if I can't pay you for it because I'm broke, but I earned this haircut, or I earned this free lunch, or I earned this coffee, you know, because I have not just barbershops now. Like, I have nail salons that are helping out. I got coffee shops. I got restaurants that are giving food away to kids.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, the barber, the nail technician, those are people that are skilled by trade, of course, to shape you up. But they're also therapists at heart. Yeah. You get your I got some of my best advice growing up as a kid from barbers. Yep. Hearing the conversations of barbers, sitting in the chair, talking to my barber giving me wisdom as a young man growing up, just giving me just pearls, talking to me. Yeah. So how you doing in school? What you up to? What your grades looking like? What you trying to do? You active? Talking to any girls? Like, you know, just giving you that shit. And you needed that. And a lot of times that disconnect, especially nowadays, is there. People are so much into their phones, they forgot, you know, what it's like to just hear somebody just give you answers to life, like ahead of time, and you just don't realize it.
Exactly.
I think giving back to the community when like we've done it too. You know what I mean? Yeah. We're about community. Yeah. Especially here. We come from the hood. We come from places where we couldn't achieve a whole lot with the little that we had. You know what I mean? So we strive for better. We always want better. Everybody wants better for their kids. Yeah. So you can only do so much, especially if you're in a, one family income. Yep. You know what I mean? One parent home where that parent's working their ass off or whatever the case may be. So now the attention isn't there. The money might be there just to get by, but the attention's not there. And a lot of these kids, they start looking for attention by acting out or doing other stuff they're not supposed to be doing. So this is why, like, the Boys and Girls Clubs and the YMCA, like, I'm surprised a lot of the YMCAs are closed. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? They're closing them. And the one by me in South Milwaukee, Cudahy area, they closed it. Yeah. Wow. And now it's something else now.
Oh, yeah, right over there.
It's called the Yim or whatever. But for me, I remember as a kid, man, we used to love to go to the Boys and Girls Club or because that was the outlet. That was outlet for us to go play ball or go swim or go do whatever.
That was the hangout.
Still, you know, when your mom's working 3 jobs, you're like, well, where's my mom? You know what I mean? I haven't got to be with my mom for a while. So I applaud you for doing what you're doing. I think that we need more people to step up and do that type of stuff. Yeah. Because be a role model, or not even just a role model, but somebody that they can lean on or talk to. You know what I'm saying?
Just a peer.
That's like the Big Brother program. Yeah. I haven't heard of that in a long time. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, I do. But they don't do it no more.
Program.
Or the Rawhide Boys Ranch.
Yeah, what they would do is they would actually pair you up with a few different kids, and you would just check in on them weekly. You know what I mean? And like, Monday you'd be with, Jose, and Tuesday you'd be with Maria, or whatever the case.
Right.
You know, the whole pandemic kind of, I was doing the program with MPS before the pandemic hit. I forget what the name of it was. I think it was Black and Brown Mentoring Program.
Oh, yeah.
We were doing that at South Division, and that was something that, you have, it's being somebody, a product of not having that resource. You go into it leery, because when I went to school, like they didn't have, obviously we had the football coach and that one security guard that, always checking up on you, make sure you ain't beat the shit out of everybody. Right. Like those people that were forced to talk to. And my mom used to work at the school as one of the cafeteria ladies, so she knew everybody and everybody knew me type shit, But going in there as an adult now and being like, damn, now I have to provide. I actually have to invest into why I'm here. It's not just something for, let me take a picture right here while I'm with these kids, or do like you literally have to sit there and listen. But for me, it was very difficult because I listen to the kids, and then I listen to the adults, and you know me. If you guys listen to the show, you guys know me. I'm not one for narratives. I'm not one for agendas. Right. So you go in there and people are right off the bat, oh, well, you need to hate the cops. I was like, but you're funded by the cops, so you can't tell these kids to hate the cops. Or then the next person comes up and like, oh, well, you need to listen to the cops. And I was like, okay. Now, there's a whole bunch of adults in here. We all have our own views and opinions. Let's just be even Steven on the floor. Let's talk about real shit. Like, okay, how do you feel? What is your view? Oh, well, I feel this way. I was like, okay, well, why? Ask yourself why. Right. And if you can justify it and you're okay with it, well, then run with it. I ain't nobody to judge you, But at the same time, it's difficult, because I know on their end, they're very leery of who they let in their ear. Oh, yeah. Because as soon as you say something that's not kind of in tune or something that they want to go into, they start talking about something else. Oh, well, let's go on to Xbox and I'll kick your ass in the game and this and that. I was like, okay, now you're trying to avoid this. And you can't solve everybody's issues in 1 hour meeting, No. So you have to put that in the reserve. And like, all right, next time I see these kids, let's see where they're at and let's go back to this, But, it's great to see that there's a lot of people in the community. I watched that movie Yusuf was talking about yesterday, growing up in Milwaukee. Mm-hmm. He had a whole, Q&A and everything afterwards. But I got a chance. I was doing some late work and I threw it on. And a lot of what we're talking about, was brought out in that movie. The thing that I loved about it, I don't know if you guys probably haven't seen it, but it was realistic to the point where it showed the problem, it showed the transition of trying to fix the problem, but then it also showed the reality that all problems aren't always solved. So it didn't give you that happy ending where, okay, all these kids made it. Yes. Right. Yes. These kids continued to struggle because of what they've been through and the circumstances of their life, and it's pretty dope to see that's happening in our community, because it's so easy to be like, oh, well, Milwaukee murder capital, segregation, discrimination, whatever you want to line up negative about Milwaukee, it's all there, and it's all, but underneath all that, there's actually more people that are actually putting in the work than those that are, but people like negative agendas, negative narratives, so they focus and emphasize on the bad shit that we have here. But there's people, obviously, evidently, that are trying to change that, or do their part.
What else you got going, man?
Yeah, so I guess before I go any further, I wanted to say that you made a good point on, how you talk to kids and stuff like that. So I think this is important, and any kid that knows me, any of my students, former students, future students, they'll know, is that I wear my heart on my sleeve. Mm-hmm. So you either like me or you don't, but it's not because I think I'm the shit or anything like that, because I'm not like that. It's because I'm a kid at heart. And I realized what worked with students is that you have to be yourself. Yeah. They don't want an adult in front of them. They just want a human being that can talk about their mistakes and also their successes.
Yeah.
So whenever I would sit at tables with total strangers, like the kids, right? Or when I would participate in anything, the first things that I would do, like getting to know you, I would always talk about like one of my struggles.
Yeah.
Like just being straight up with them. Because then in that moment, they're going to be like, oh, okay, I can relate to him.
Yeah.
But if I sit down in front of kids and all I do is tell them, I did this, I did that, I got this degree, you know, I'm doing this. Yeah. I don't give a shit. Like, what are you doing for me? Yeah. You know, like, what can I relate to, you know? And that's all that kids need is like someone to relate to, someone that they can talk to. But they're not going to talk to you if they can't relate to you. Yeah. So I never did things the traditional way when I was in the education system, right? But that was because I knew, because I was one of those kids. You know, I realized, like, no, I didn't talk to the people that had their shit together. I talked to the people that were real about what they were going through, you know? So that's who I try to be all the time. And I think it's a lost art. I don't think not everybody's cut out for it because people want to, like, you know, come off as successful and just strong and, you know, all this shit that you see on social media. But the shit that I post on my social media is like, if I'm struggling with mental health that week, I'm saying it. Yeah. I'm like, I really need some love, guys. I need some support. I'm going through something. Or, you know, if it is a successful week for me, then I name that too. Yeah. But I always put out there on my social media for the kids, because I have a lot of students following me, is like, I post every area of my life because I need them to know, like, bro, I'm a work in progress just like you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you could do whatever you want.